wasn't the race he wanted. It wasn't the race any great champion would have wished for on Coronation Day. Ninth is not where Lewis Hamilton ever wants to be. But it was, unmistakably, the drive of a champion. Somehow, Hamilton overcame a collision, a puncture and a place at the back of the field to become the greatest driver in British motor racing history. Given this country's record in the sport, 10 champions, more than any other nation, that is no empty accolade. And there was something fitting about having to fight his way through the field to claim his prize. There has always been something of the street fighter in Hamilton. Scrappy. It is the word he uses to describe his upbringing in Stevenage. The carts, and the back streets where they were built or cheaply bought, the red and white flask from race days that he still keeps as a reminder, no longer filled with ready-mixed chicken and noodle soup. It was very scrappy, he says. You couldn't get scrappier. Much like Sunday's struggle in Mexico. Not since Michael Schumacher retired from the final race at Adelaide in 1994 has a driver finished so low down the field to clinch a championship. But, as with Schumacher, amid the scrappiness there was greatness, too. And as he stands at the pinnacle of his sport this morning, the first Briton to win 4 championships, it is Hamilton's most combative instincts, his willingness to fight, that has set him apart from both predecessors and contemporaries. When he started out, Eddie Jordan wondered whether Hamilton had the necessary aggression to be a champion. He seemed too well-mannered, too polite, his rough edges smoothed by a young life on the McLaren production line. We know better now. Hamilton may have said and done the right things back then, but the scrappy, beating heart remained. The clues were always there: his incredible rookie season, 4 wins, 8 other podium finishes and a point off the champion, Kimi Raikkonen, and his Ferrari. Swiftly followed by his first title in 2008, the only one this century to be won by a driver without their best car. And now these, the Hamilton years: 3 championships in 4 seasons, an athlete who knows his own mind, driving and living with the audacious flamboyance of ages past. Hamilton's hero is Ayrton Senna, and it will be bittersweet to have passed his 3 drivers' titles, but at least some of the Brazilian's spirit remains. Hamilton is no button-down automaton. The car may be programmed, but he is not. A year ago, in Abu Dhabi, his tactic of taking the lead and then deliberately slowing to back Nico Rosberg into the pack could have cost him his contract with Mercedes. He didn't care. The only way he could win the Drivers' Championship was if Rosberg finished off the podium. He did all he could to try to make that happen, just as Sunday he took huge risks to pass Fernando Alonso late and secure 9th place, when 10th would have sufficed given Sebastian Vettel's position. And he knew that, too. It's the car, say Hamilton's detractors. Anyone can win with the best car. And, yes, the importance of technology is inescapable. Yet if the man with the best car always won, how to explain Hamilton's triumph in 2008, the title that places him beside some of the greatest drivers in history, just 3 in 31 years having triumphed without the best car, including Schumacher? Senna never won a Drivers' Championship in an inferior machine. Nor has Vettel or Alonso. Yet when Hamilton secured his first championship, McLaren were second to Ferrari in the Constructors' Championship, more points, 21, between first and second, than between McLaren and BMW Sauber in third. Hamilton beat Felipe Massa to the prize, and Sunday's race played out like a career rerun. Past Massa, past Alonso, Vettel denied despite his best efforts. Jackie Stewart's 3 titles are bunched in a 5-year spell. Jim Clark's 2 were won over 3 years before his career was tragically curtailed. Hamilton now spans a decade, 4 titles in 10 years, as Schumacher did, 7 in 11. He is in that company now, and with a new challenge, Max Verstappen's race win once again giving promise of a great rivalry to come. That, for now, is to be anticipated. This morning, Hamilton can drink it in. Britain's greatest driver. Not because he has the best car, but because he is scrappy, and brave, and astonishingly gifted. He deserves every garland and tribute that comes his way.